What's up, Final fans? Woo! How we feeling out there? Man, that latest trailer for Final Fantasy 16 shown at the Game Awards titled Revenge was absolutely incredible, and it's gotten me feeling so hype right now, and to the point where I watched this trailer thousands of times, and I'm sure you have as well. But have you watched it frame by frame? Would you care to do that with me now? Because I have, and I've taken lots of notes. So let's get right into it. Right here, I want to talk about, I want to put a pin on the map. I want to let you know where it's at. I believe this is Phoenix Gate, and if we look on the map, we can see that Phoenix Gate is positioned strategically between a mountain range and the ocean, and the only way to get to the main kingdom or main castle of Rosaria is through Phoenix Gate. Now, Phoenix Gate was talked about in the book that I decrypted in a few videos back, and I got an Imperial attack on Rosarian forces stationed at Phoenix Gate. This is also where Joshua will turn into Phoenix, and Ifrit will come in, and they'll have their little, their big duel that's been hyped up in these trailers. Not this one, though. All right, right here. I want to talk about this guy in the armor. On the left side, he is definitely wearing Rosarian armor. So you can kind of take a mental note there. This looks like a chocobo struck in the neck with an arrow, as you can kind of see the entry wound here, but I just don't see an arrow. But if you look close enough, maybe you'll spot it. I don't think it's a bullet. Now, interesting cut here, as it makes it seem like blood on Joshua's face is from the chocobo, but really, it's his father's. We all know that. Gets decapitated right in front of him from the previous trailers. Now, if this would have been the very first trailer ever shown, it could have fooled us into thinking that that was the chocobo's blood, but it definitely was not. This is the soldier who kills Joshua's father. Now, interesting to note that he replaces the man from the very first trailer, which I'm sure was just kind of like a placeholder soldier at the early stages of development, and now he has kind of his own personality and a fleshed out character here. So, but anyways, there is a traitor amidst Rosarian forces. There's Torgal, the puppy Torgal, dead. Or not dead, but because we know he's not dead. Thank God! I mean, could you imagine that cute little puppy, that good boy, dying? No. Anyway, Joshua's going to die. This looks to be Clive from a few years later in his 20s, reunited with Torgal, who's attacking this group of monsters, and possibly one of the men that Clive is with from the very first trailer is standing in the background, or it could be Sid. I'm not sure, I can't quite place it. And I don't know if this has already been confirmed, but the monster does fall in a stagger-like state, and it could be like a God of War type thing where you just move in, simple button press, get that killing blow. It's always a very satisfying thing. So it'd be awesome if Final Fantasy 16 did that. Now we got Clive using Garuda's ability here, but in the background there's a character that I don't believe we've been introduced to yet, possibly using lightning or ice powers. It doesn't look like Jill. That's my thing here. I don't think it looks like Jill. Got brown hair, got maybe a skirt with a cape in the back. Don't know, maybe you guys do. But based on Clive's outfit, this puts him in his 30s. So this location is somewhere in the Dhalmekian Republic. It's also, I think, an ancient civilization, or the ruins of an ancient civilization, based on the architecture, I would say. But we'll come back to it. Clive uses the Titan ability that sends a shockwave of earth-based pillars in front of him. This is awesome to clear out enemies in front of you. This town looks like it was war-torn, judging by the broken buildings. So I wonder if this could be Rosaria and Clive has returned to take back his home. I mean, the castellations in the background also align with the look of Rosaria. Clive is looking down at the battle between the Dhalmekian Republic and the Iron Kingdom. I think Shiva is a slave to their will, to the Iron Kingdom's will, and that is why Clive and company are here to secure her. In the previous trailer, we see the Iron Kingdom and that army kick her down and push her along this rocky road, the same rocky road that this battle is taking place on. And in the same trailer, we see Clive and his group carrying her. I also kind of want to note that I think Jill is going to totally take the fight back to Iron Kingdom.
It is you who shall bow to me!
When she says that, she is talking to whoever's the ruler of the Iron Kingdom. Now, this is clearly Odin in what I assume is the Kingdom of Volud versus the Empire of Sambrek, as Bahamut is also seen fighting Odin in the same battlefield shown in previous trailers. Now, pausing here just to look at the shot. I mean, look at the composition of this. This likely takes place at this archway surrounded by a forest. It is marked on the map, so I assume it has some significance, and to see this enigmatic fiery figure here, yeah, that seems pretty significant to me. Is he leading Clive somewhere? Now, just a couple seconds ahead here, Cosmo Canyon Observatory, check them out on Twitter. I'll put the their Twitter handle up. They're awesome. Did a very interesting overlay of Clive's face over this hooded figure, and the mouths almost match too well just to consider the theory that this is Clive. All right, so I've taken what Cosmo Canyon has done, and then I've blended it with my video on Hinduism inspirations, and this just kind of clicks a little too much. Maybe it's just in my head. So basically, just to kind of sum it up, go watch the video. But Clive is acting as Kalki, which is the warrior who will defeat Kali. Kali is a demon that is the embodiment of chaos and sin. Revenge is a weapon. Sometimes I wonder if I am controlling it or if it is controlling me. He literally says that line as we're looking at this hooded figure. So, all right, Clive instantly transforms into Ifrit. Something I've only seen Clive do at this point. The other dominants seem to take stages of transformation. In the previous trailer, I spotted the Empire's mother crystal in the background. That is the Drake's head. In the battle between Clive and a mid-transformation Benedicta, that mother crystal is in the background. So that places them precisely at this location on the map. What's really cool about this is I just kind of noticed that what they're battling on is literally just a chunk of land floating within this windstorm that's happening, caused by Garuda, I'm assuming, but it's in the sky. The battle is taking place in the sky, which is so cool. And you know, we've also saw, if you go back to where that hooded figure is standing and those rocks floating in the sky, maybe they're battling on one of those, but I do believe that the platform is being lifted by Garuda. They're right there, the battle's taking place, and now that I know that this is actually taking place in the sky, like it's just a floating thing, I mean, Garuda could have carried Clive all the way down here to this area, and then that's just kind of just the sequence of events. Now you run into the hooded figure after you settle things with Garuda. This must be the base of the Drake's Tail Mother Crystal found at the Crystalline Dominion, based on the brilliant blue color of the surrounding crystals. And just as we all thought, the largest Mother Crystal in all of Valisthea will be a point of contention, as Clive and the crew are about to encounter an icon belonging to the Empire. We've seen a similar vast, expansive cavern of crystals, but red in contrast, which there was the ruler of the Iron Kingdom giving his speech in one of those trailers, and we saw the big mother crystal behind him, or at least the red crystals behind him, and that makes me believe that each of these mother crystals actually have like a base right there. But do they also have a smaller crystal housed within these mountainous exteriors that tower over the kingdoms? Are there really just a smaller crystal that maybe is several stories high? Not that high, it's reasonably high, you know, that can be destroyed, You know what I'm saying? It could actually be destroyed rather than seeing a freaking mountain that you know, how can you destroy the mountain? But if you have a crystal that seems like it, like I'm looking at it right now in this shot right here, that looks like a smaller mother crystal. That is the actual mother crystal. And that is what they're trying to destroy. They fight Bahamut. Bahamut appears to be bathed in ether here. So take this in for a moment. That's a party of 3 dominants and 3 icons. What? But I wonder, once Clive acquires their powers, does he cure them of the ether-born lithiasis, the disease that's causing them to turn into stone using their icon's power? Because that would kind of balance things out here rather than having 3 friggin' icons in one party. Here is Clive battling an Imperial Dragoon, and we know now from a screenshot taken off of the Japanese official website that this is the Knight of the Dying Sun. Interesting. Now, we do know that the Holy Empire of Sambrek does have an elite group of knights known as the Dragoons. This is definitely a Dragoon, possibly Dion of Sambrek, the dominant of Bahamut here. Another thing that kind of supports that theory is that Clive seems to have just acquired Bahamut's power mid-battle against Dion here. Because in that screenshot, we see that Clive only has the powers of Phoenix and Garuda. But now he's using Bahamut's wings. So did he take Bahamut's powers from Dion during this battle, and that's how you acquired it? Now, Clive just performed the classic Odin move Zentetsuken. I wonder if this is akin to a limit break. I wonder if this is the limit break, being able to use the summons abilities. Like maybe each summons has a limit break, a unique limit break. And we have seen at the top of some of the screenshots showing battle that Final Fantasy XIV limit break style system going on. It seems we're back in Rosaria, the Castellations, and well, I mean, I guess this Rosarian flag here, it looks like a red Rosarian flag. But anyway, Clive is much older and is confronting Dark Ifrit. Has Dark Ifrit been residing here since the attack years ago? I have been under the assumption that the Dark Ifrit had the yellow-red eyes, the Sith eyes, but this proves that Clive is the red-eyed Ifrit, and the Dark Ifrit is the blue-eyed Ifrit. We get a better look at the large open zones and Chocobo back riding. This is the Dhalmekian Republic area. We see Torgal on the left, and possibly the guy from the first trailer that, you know, you're on your way to sit by that campfire before the battle between Shiva and Titan, because this looks exactly like the battlefield before it gets, you know, dead bodies all over the place. Now, this is just early game exploring of the castle of Rosaria. Clive is super young here. And yes, you can pet the dog in Final Fantasy XVI. Also, Jill is here in her new outfit. But here's a fun detail. Both Jill and Torgal are from the fallen Northern Territories, and the Rosefelds take them in as family. So that's kind of cool. So it seems like Jill and Torgal would have a close bond. These spider creatures have a similar pattern to what is seen on the floor of this screenshot from the first batch of images released. They also seem to resemble the ancient ruins that stud the lands of Valisthea. In a past interview, this is said to be the remnants of an ancient civilization that dwelled in the sky. Straight up Lufinian vibes from Final Fantasy I. So are these creatures what remains of their race? Are they cursed to live as monsters? You know, most Final Fantasies need an excuse to have monsters, and there's got to be an excuse, right? 13 years I've waited for this chance, yet Joshua remains as youthful as the day he died. To age Clive here with a pretty close approximation, I'd say. I'd wager that he's about 17 in the early days at Rosaria, so when Joshua died, he was 17. 13 years from then would make him exactly 30 years old. Also, this seems like the same area where Clive transforms into Ifrit to fight Dark Ifrit. So did he kind of come in contact with Joshua before all that happens? If these creatures are of the ancient civilization, here's our best look at them pre-curse. I mean, or it's just a ghoulish Final Fantasy monster. Who knows?
Come to me, Ifrit!
So we're back to the Mother Crystal where Bahamut is using Mega Flare. In this shot, Titan is missing a forearm in the battle against Ifrit. Is this battle taking place underground, perhaps at the Dhalmekian Mother Crystal, which is housed within a mountain? The base walls being covered with crystal shards. This time, they're orange, signifying a different Mother Crystal than the ones we've seen so far in this trailer. This is the moment where I lose my freaking mind. It looks so good. This is one of the coolest things I've seen in Final Fantasy and really is a statement of intent from Creative Business Unit 3 to deliver a AAA experience on par with many of those popular games that we have out there right now, like God of War, Last of Us, and just so many great games out there that Yoshi P literally said he wants Final Fantasy to be back in that conversation. And man, does this do it for you, because it does it for me. This is incredible. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to give my best guess, I believe that this is Titan in another evolution of his, like another stage that he didn't know he had, right? Maybe it's just a supersized Titan. Maybe he ate the Mother Crystal. maybe he just straight up ate it as Titan. He just, and now he just grew to tower over the mountain that which housed it. I don't know, man. Or it could be typical Final Fantasy fashion where this could be the final boss. This is that right there is a blue eyes dark Ifrit. So is this confirming that the hooded guy is indeed Clive? Like, are we seeing dark Clive right here? Because it's got the blue eyes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at this too hard. Maybe I just gotta stop looking at the eyes. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, when Clive transforms, he's got Sith eyes. When Dark Ifrit comes up, he's got blue. We're seeing blue-eyed Dark Clive. That's my breakdown of the Final Fantasy 16 trailer. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you maybe found some things that you didn't see before. If you did, let me know which one it was. If you saw things that I didn't see, let me know which one it was. That'd be great. I'll go back and watch it 1,001 times, and more. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye-bye then.